So I'm sounding pretty good for you.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
fine.
All right, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Because I can't tell if it's coming out of my webcam or not.
Are your eyes normally that black, or are you turning into a demon, or are you wearing black contact lenses?
Yeah, with me, no. It's just this fucking webcam on the Zoom. It is not
Damn.
like the fucking Zoom.
You
Yeah.
look like you're about to turn into a demon.
Yeah. No, they're blue. Yeah, they're blue. They're a little bloodshot from everything that went down.
I'm sure. We can talk about
Yeah.
that for the show.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My microphone disconnected. Hopefully that
Uh,
doesn't happen again.
you sound fine now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
good.
I just went completely blank. Like I couldn't hear you guys.
Oop.
Okay.
Yeah, because my headphones are connected to my mic. So
Go
when
check on
my
your
mic-
internet hamster outside. Make sure that it's still running on the wheel.
It's not the internet. The internet's working fine. It's the microphone.
Mhm.
It's either the
Yeah.
port or the cord. that
Dude,
keeps,
my
fucking
freaking
up.
internet. I got to call Cable One this week, or Sparklight,
Ew.
whatever they're called
Cable
now.
One.
Dude, the shit goes out every night at like 10 between 10:15 and
I'm
10:30.
using I'm
Every
using
night it
AT&T.
goes out.
Yeah. Even though
Yeah,
I
I
don't
got
want
AT&T.
to. Even though I don't want to, that's what I'm using.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Wally's got. He has so many problems every time we try to do something. It's like, dude, why are you still with AT&T? They suck. At least with
They
Cable
do
One,
if-
it's great
yeah.
cable until it goes
Mhm.
out at 10:15 every night.
Exactly. The peak hours.
Yeah.
That's when everybody's jacking it.
Yep. Trying to
they're
watch a
playing-
movie, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden
they're
it's
playing
like
Call of Duty, watch a movie, or
you get the little circle of
Whacking it.
death on the screen, the little buffering circle, and you're like, shit.
got to be on OnlyFans at 10:15 stat.
That's when I do my OnlyFans.
I need to. I need to start. 60 grand in
Yeah,
debt now
no
in the fucking
shit.
hospital. I got to do something.
Dude, I don't
Somebody
envy
wants to
you.
see
Dude,
this
I'm
cut.
still paying for my kidney stone surgeries that I had like 3 years
Jesus
ago.
Christ.
Dude, I'll be
That's
paying
like-
on that shit for the rest of my life. And I even had
Yeah.
insurance at the time.
Dude, that's
God.
like 30 minutes of material in the past.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You were
Okay.
doing that joke so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love
All right.
our current state of healthcare, and you just pretty much. I give them like $10 a month. I'm like, here.
Yeah, this could be a good topic because I can talk about the skinny, hot, pregnant Canadian chick that was my ER nurse before I went up for surgery.
Nice.
Because she was telling me that if it wasn't for her Mississippi husband or whatever, she could be in Canada having 12 months of baby leave because
no
Canada
shit.
does that.
It must be nice.
Yeah, I was like,
be
I would
nice
go
to live
back.
in a-
Fuck that redneck.
Must be
His
nice to live in a
fucking doctor
country where
money.
the government doesn't hate you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Mandate vax. I want to mandate big dicks.
No, it's no.
Then
It's
I'll
not
take the
thanks
vax.
Obama anymore.
Yeah.
It's thanks Biden.
Yeah, thanks,
Nah, it
Biden.
doesn't have the same ring to it. It's
You
still
Yeah.
Obama's fault.
fucking hillbilly.
We could combine them and like thanks Biden.
How many-
Combine
Yeah,
'em.
there you go.
If I call him a hair sniffer, would your audience get mad at me?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with hair. I like to smell hair. Hair smells good.
There's nothing wrong with
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a
Good,
pervert.
ma'am. I'll be up in Walmart. Be like, ma'am, can I smell your hair, please? Can I smell your hair?
It's not a sexual thing. It's just
Yeah.
I really miss hair. I really miss it.
I
And
just
I
got
want to know
I
how
just
it
got my
smells.
gallbladder taken out, and I'm craving cranberries, and your hair smells like cranberries and vodka. Let me just give a whiff
Yeah.
of it.
We should probably officially start the show.
Yeah,
Are we
we
recording
should.
already?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not yet. All right, you
Yeah,
ready?
okay.
You got a ad read?
Yeah, it's just BJ's. ad.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
This episode of Open Micers is brought to you by that dirty motherfucker BJ to blow. He knows exactly what he did. He would have started his own podcast, but he was too chicken shit. So let's play the music.
Whoa! It is Wednesday night, and you know what that music means? It means it's time for the Open Micers podcast. My name is Jason Robbins.
I am the follically unchallenged Jacob Craig, and our guest tonight is a local comic and comedy producer. His name is Jeremy Lambert, aka J-Man the Irish Guy. How are you doing today, Jeremy?
What's
I'm all
up?
right. How about you guys? What's going on?
Doing better than you, apparently.
Yes, doing way better with my exploding gallbladder.
So,
All of it's
how do you know
because
you have an exploding gallbladder? Take us through the process.
They told me. So basically, I live my life with massive heartburn and indigestion, just like every American man would. And so, like going through the years of like just instant heartburn just with a sip of coffee, or just normal sex. You get up and you throw up afterwards,
that's
and you're like,
that's not normal.
And then you just like go to work,
Yeah.
because you can't afford not to, even on sick leave. And I don't have any babies or a wife or anything like that, or baby mamas or ex-wives or husbands to like call work and be like, "Hey, I'm sick." They're like, "Yeah, fuck off, come to work. You're not going to be able to call out." So anyway, you just deal with it with all this pain, and I'm like, God. So it's just like I try to eat healthy, and apparently it was just eating too healthy, too much fiber, too much oatmeal, too much good stuff, too many greens, too many gassy stuff.
Good Lord!
Eventually,
Can
it
you
was
eat
just like
anything ever?
Yeah, no. Eventually, it was like became a healthy overload of cocaine and Brussels sprouts, and so, and I guess all the Red Bulls I was taking at work so I wouldn't stab anybody.
Okay.
And so anyway, long story short, the overload happens and like it attacks you and you think it's like heartburn and you just live with it, because that's all we were ever taught was eat Tums, drink
Right.
some Mylanta or some shit,
Yeah.
have a whiskey, go about your day. And eventually it gets like so bad that like turns into like a softball kind of deal. And then that happens, and then there I am in the ER, and they're like, "Yeah, we got to get this motherfucker out of you right away." It took me 8 times of getting sick in one day to like be like, I think I need to go to the doctor now.
Yeah, because I mean, when you're a kid, you never go to the doctor. They're just like, stop being such a Nancy.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I got told when I was sick as
Yeah.
a kid. Did the doctors prescribe you a burger? They're like, yeah, you're eating too healthy. You need some fucking.
Yeah, they're like,
You need a number one from McDonald's is what you
they
need.
prescribed me Loratabs and not to eat any gassy foods. So I Googled
Okay.
gassy foods, and that's literally everything.
I was gonna say, I think everything gives me gas.
Yeah.
They're like, don't eat gassy foods, or like
Hold on.
anything literally will give you gas. All the healthy stuff.
I'm gonna-
Burgers.
You can't even have burgers? I'm gonna Google right now foods that don't make you fart.
Yeah, foods that don't make you fart. I fart if I like somebody. So that means no eating pussy for me.
So God, so basically nothing green, because pretty much everything green gives you gas.
Nothing green, nothing with wheat and apples.
So what can you eat? Like potatoes and
Actually, yeah, potatoes and chicken and turkey.
Wow.
I hate turkey, dude.
Yeah.
Uh,
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You hate turkey?
Oh yeah, dude. Every Thanksgiving, I beg for like a chicken instead of a turkey.
Dude, what is
Really?
wrong with you?
My friend made
Chicken
a
is
turducken.
superior.
My friend made a turducken for last Thanksgiving. That's probably why my gallbladder exploded.
Yeah, that's the
This is
sole
his
reason.
Goddamn turducken and his fucking beer that he put in there. What is it? Miller Lite? I can't remember.
So like
This-
Something horrible.
like beer butt turkey or
Yeah,
beer
like
butt
Bush,
chicken?
like Bush Light or something. Yeah. Just
Hey,
a
man,
turducken.
You can eat some bok choy.
I don't even know what that is. My friend told me that too, like it was enthusiasm. Well, and he was like, "Hey, bok choy you can eat." I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So we like learn kung fu, and then I don't even know what that is. It angers me just the
Dude.
sound of bok choy.
You can get some yogurt. You can get some beef
Yeah.
yogurt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
what
if
they
you're
are like.
lactose intolerant, then you'll be gassy.
I don't think I'm lactose intolerant, but definitely they said stay away from milk for the rest of the year. And I
The
was like,
rest of
well,
the year?
let me cancel my subscription to Boob Moms so they won't come over anymore. Because you don't know how long I've sucked on them hitties. My friend's baby mom was up, and she's like, I need to do something with all this breast milk. And I was like, well, bring it here. That's what this is filled up with.
Is that what's in that?
No, you're supposed to lay off of it for the rest of the year, Jeremy.
Well, I don't know what to
Substitute it with quinoa. You can have quinoa.
Quinoa.
Yeah,
Never
dude.
heard of it.
You never heard of quinoa?
No, I just substitute water.
Quinoa Phoenix. He played the Joker.
Oh, quinoa. Oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now. Yes.
You can have pineapple still.
Yeah, I heard. I guess that's only good for like women. I fucking hate pineapple.
How do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate a lot of things. I'm bald and Irish.
Yeah. Angry.
Beer.
If it's not whiskey or potatoes, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a woman and some goddamn hammer.
So do you think it's the Irish that caused us to go bald, or what happened?
I don't know. It could be. I mean, a lot of us in the same age group and the same height is like all bald.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's like that MK Ultra shit they fed us in school.
I don't know.
I don't know why we're all bald. I mean, it'd be different if I was like packing. Then I'd feel a little better about it.
Yeah, I mean, you have no good physical qualities.
If I looked like Stone Cold, I would be like happy. Or if I played drums like Jason, I'm like, well, there's something I can do.
Well, here's
the
something
only thing
that
I can do is be funny a little bit. I can draw a little bit. I can draw the most realistic vaginas and penises you ever seen in your life. But when it comes to playing a guitar, I can't do a jack shit. The amount of practice. This is what happens when you practice guitar. You grow a tumor in your hand because God's like, that's not what you're here for, you fucking pussy. Get out of here, queer. Go back to your little dick stuff.
That's definitely what God sounds like. Something that might make you guys feel better is I actually read a study somewhere that I read a lot of studies. I have jokes about reading studies. That people who go bald actually have higher testosterone than people who have hair.
Yeah, that's what they say, but yet it like takes me forever. I get like major anxiety issues if I'm even got a woman in my bedroom. Like it's so nervous. There's nothing happening. Like,
well, that's different than testosterone issues, though. If it's anxiety,
I don't know. I mean, I've never heard anything about me like in physicals and shit, like trying to do sports or get a job or something. They're ever like, oh, geez, your testosterone's kind of high. Because they look at me, they see how pasty white I am, and they're like, that dude has no.
Yeah, if I had high testosterone, I'd be more ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go amped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. I
like people look at me like that one girl at the juke joint when I was talking about that last segment about me jacking it. Or I don't even think I was talking about jacking it. She likes like assume. She's like, well, you can't just be jacking off 5 times a day. You're not going to have any testosterone. And I was like, you look at me and people think that dude jacks off at least 5 times a day.
At least.
I mean, his hair fell out.
Yeah. Is that a thing? Do you lose testosterone the more you jack off?
I mean, I would think so.
I think so.
I would think so if you're just out there splurging babies around just for the heck of it.
Dude, I'm splurging babies around. I need to cut it out.
Here we are. You can't,
And you're very womanly.
Here you are. You can't. You can't get abortions anywhere in the U.S.
Hey, man.
But I can fucking splooge all over my house if I want to. There's not a crime in that. With those future Bidens in my fucking loins, I'm just spreading all over the carpet. So,
God.
Jeremy, the reason I like you so much is because I don't know what you're talking about half the time.
With the accent? Yeah, that's another thing.
No, I can understand you. I don't know what the fuck you're
like,
talking about.
Jesus Christ. This guy's fucking insane. It's because I'm very blunt. You know? I was always told to be honest. I say whatever the fuck's on my mind. It really doesn't hurt my feelings if somebody gets mad or not.
You know what was great? I got booked for a show a few weeks ago. It was at this jazz bar, and we were told to dress up. So, I wear a nice collared shirt and everything, and Jeremy comes in looking like an extra out of Peaky Blinders.
Did he wear like the LL Cool J hat?
He did.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
I thought I was supposed to be like least working with Jason or Curtis or something, do like some kind of 2-man thing or some group thing, because we were like, you got to fucking bring the best and we got to stick it together. And we got to feel like, a team. And I was like, well, what better way to have us team up on stage and just try to introduce us that way in a way. And like literally nobody showed up.
Yeah.
Dressed up, you mean? Like except me looking like a fucking weirdo.
We were only given like 48 hours notice to do the show.
Yeah.
And the place didn't advertise it, but they expected us to bring all these people in. I'm like, what do you expect on 48 hours notice? Like we can post all we want on.
He was kind
you
of
need to give us
that.
At least a week to get people in there.
Yeah. Well, who I thought was gonna. I wasn't gonna cut you off.
I was gonna say nobody knows this place exists. Like, it's been there 5 years. I had no idea this place was there.
When I first drove up, I thought it was a whorehouse because Nikki was there. No.
Hey, man.
Wow. Nick, when Nikki hears this, she is going to kick your ass.
She's going to kick my ass for
Beat
sure.
the shit out of you, dude.
Anyway, yeah, she will. Anyway, when we pull up and like literally nobody's there, and I'm like all dressed up like an asshole, looking like I'm supposed to be.
Wait. Did it remind you of your prom?
No, I didn't go.
Okay.
Didn't do that. I was in the back jerking off.
I didn't go to my prom either.
No,
I didn't either.
So the only person I thought was going to actually perform there was a dude who dressed up like fucking wannabe Eddie Murphy. The guy who heckled every one of you guys.
Oh yeah, that dude was
Remember
weird. Who was that
right
guy?
behind you guys? I don't know. I thought he was going to be a comedian, but he turns out he was just a heckler who was just dressed up nice.
Yeah, I think he was just some dude who just randomly showed up that night. I don't think he even knew there was a comedy show going on.
Yeah, and then me with the music.
Yeah,
so I don't know why I get hired. I didn't even want to take any money for it, but I'm supposed to get hired to be the DJ of this place, which I didn't get to DJ anything. and then the only button I was supposed to press was just like a play button on her phone, and every time I would press it, not like different music would come on. Like Call On Tyrone would play when Jason showed up.
Yeah, I was supposed to go. My entrance music was supposed to be Back in Black by AC/DC. I'm ready to go on stage, and it's like, I don't know, some like 90s R&B, and I'm like,
some 90s R&B.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a fun night, though. I had fun, even though nobody was there.
Yeah. I'm glad I got to hear everybody's like routines and shit, since I haven't been out in so long. Because literally the only thing I've done was that, and also the juke show I did about a few weeks ago. Other than that, I've done nothing.
Yeah, well, that was, even though Nikki told us we could leave if we wanted to, since nobody was there, I was like, nah, I'm just going to use
leave if you want to.
Yeah, well, that's what she said. Yeah. She was like, look, there's nobody here. If you want to stay and just work on your, 10, 15 minutes or whatever, feel free. I was like, okay. So I stuck around and just used it as practice. Well.
Yeah, that's a plug I wanted to put in there with just like being on the podcast. And like the reason why is like somebody's got to be on here listening and understand that people need venues. You can't just have these goddamn rowdy ass redneck restaurants or these jazzy restaurants that nobody go to and think we're about to pull a fucking fast one. It's like, no. And especially with 48 hours, like there's people out there with good venues. And that's need to let it have shows.
And that's something I've noticed a lot here along the coast is most places, like they're so apprehensive about wanting a comedy show and they don't want to pay for anything. And it's like, okay, well, you can do your, they give you basically one shot to like on a,
get your one
a
chance,
Thursday night. And like, okay, well, you get this one night to, come in for, do your show for 2 hours. And if it works, we'll do it again. And it's like,
if it works,
what do you think? You have to build this stuff. You can't just throw it up.
And sometimes even when it goes well, they still don't want to do another show. Because I was supposed to have a regular show going at a bar in D'Iberville, and tons of people came out. The bar made tons of money off of the crowd that we drew, and they didn't want to do the show again because they're like, oh, well, we had a DJ after the show, and no one stayed for the DJ.
Yeah, who gives a shit about a DJ?
Yeah, it's like, I don't care about your fucking DJ.
No fucking DJ.
Don't hire a fucking DJ. Yeah. Like, that's on you.
Especially for a comedy show. I can be my own fucking DJ.
It's just no common sense at all.
Yeah.
And bars around here, they're afraid that comedy is going to drive away their clientele, too.
Yeah, well, that sucks. I hate to hear that. Because it's like their clientele they got right now, beats people in the head with brass knuckles.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they make them money, and that's all they care about.
Yeah, they make them money, And it's just like, a lot of people know about open micers, and 228 awards and stuff, and I'm just like, good Lord. Thankfully, wasn't a part of that shit because the one I was supposed to be about, like, nobody got anything. Like, the lady got fucking best San Diego comic and didn't get shit. No special, no local special. She just gets an award.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, damn, man, support your locals.
That's the thing. These clubs around here, and I understand we're still in the middle of COVID and everything, but this was going on before COVID.
Yeah,
like this isn't just a COVID thing. This is I don't know what it is. 'Cause like I think just LB was the one who really pushed the open mic comedy from Wayward Kraken. Was like, we're gonna do this every single week, and we're gonna build people. And then when the crowds, once we get regulars coming in for this, then we start doing booked shows with bigger comedians come in on the weekends, things like that. And that's a great idea to do it. Doesn't matter if it's Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Just be consistent with what you're doing, because if you're doing something consistently, then you're going to start getting the people in. But they don't, I don't know what they want. Like, even with music, on the music side, there's like nowhere for anyone to play. There's like maybe 2 or 3 bars, like kind of rough bars for people to play in. And if you're an up and coming musician or rock band, like back in late 90s, early 2000s, when I was busting ass in local bands and stuff, dude, you could play from one end, just in Mississippi, from one end of Mississippi coast to the other, and you could play a different bar like all weekend, every weekend, and never hit the same place twice in 6 months.
Yeah, because wasn't Gulfport always called the District, or it had another nickname? Because that's why I thought Gulfport was always called the Strip or the District.
Yeah, well, there was so many places.
So many places.
Yeah, you had a lot of places that were right next door. Like you would go play Friday night at one bar, and then right next door you play on Saturday night, and
that's
you just
the main reason why I went to California, is because that's what they do like every night.
Yeah.
Now, is it the best place to be? No, but it kind of gets your name out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of rough.
How many times a night were you able to get up when you were in California?
Monday through Sunday.
How many times?
Oh, how many times a night?
Yeah.
Okay, let me think. As far as like what's out there. So if we say LA, so let's kind of include Vegas if you want to, but that's kind of like a drive. But if you think LA and Vegas is the same spot, what they do is they either work from south to north or north to south. And they'll start in LA, and they'll go to Oceanside, La Jolla. That's where the other comedy club is.
Yeah, it's a comedy store in La Jolla.
Yeah, the comedy store is LA and La Jolla. Then you got American Comedy Club. Then you got Madhouse Comedy Club. There's another one I'm forgetting. And then you have all the bars. So with me, it's like I hosted on Wednesdays. So I hosted a show in North Park, and everybody loved to go to that one, which is weird, but to me that a bunch of Vegas people would go to that one. And that's how I did the Pee Wee thing over there. That's how Joe Exotic and Pee Wee come together, is like doing Vegas stuff. And I wish I would have fucking recorded that shit, because I was always about recording sets, and I just never did it because I was like, oh, this is going to be special. I'm tired of recording shit so people will watch it later and be like, hey, I caught your YouTube video. And, sorry I didn't come to the show, I had a baby on this titty and a husband on that one. So I just got tired of recording shit. And then that's how the Joe Exotic and Pee Wee was for a drag show. So it wasn't even actually a comedy show. It was just me fucking off whenever they were getting dressed. And, performance changes. And I would do that. And then that's where the girl won the San Diego Best Comedian Award. Like, she was a part of that. And then I did one in North Park. And so what you could do is basically Monday through Sunday, you could go a 2-hour drive and do like 5 to 10 minute bits every place, like all the way, the whole state of California.
Yeah.
And that's what was cool about it. And I wish we could do that here. And honestly, we should be able to, from Biloxi to Ocean Springs, which is something I would love to be. And I know y'all are trying to do that too. But we just, hopefully after everything's back to normal, and if the whole vax thing happens, or if it doesn't happen, maybe we can do that. I'm not sure. But
I mean, it could happen right now. I mean, Mississippi ignored COVID, and now everyone's vaccinated. So
yeah, even the nurses, while I was like, I guess halfway dying, they were like, I can't wait to go to this concert. I haven't been to a concert in like a year. And I don't know what state they were going, but they were going to some concert, and I can't remember the name of it.
They're probably
told me it. Go ahead.
Probably going to the Harry Styles concert in Florida.
Yeah, they might be, because I got doped up 3 times on morphine, and after the third one, I just couldn't really hear nothing. which was really working, because Jesus Christ, that was an ordeal.
I bet so, man. Dude, I don't envy you at all.
Well, leave it to me trying to get healthy. Go to the gym and eat clean. They're like, my stomach, my body's like,
Yeah,
no,
man.
where'd all that cocaine go? Give it back, you
that's
dirty
why
motherfucker.
Yeah, that's why I just don't, dude.
That's why you just don't. Yeah.
Just don't. Yeah, just don't go to the gym. Don't eat healthy. You're gonna die.
You look
you're
young.
gonna die.
Yeah, you look young. Yeah, now I'm fucking 35, looking 45.
Do you guys remember in a Married with Children episode where Peg and what Marcy were in love with this fitness guru guy that was on TV, and they would watch him all the time, and then they won a contest where they got to spend the weekend with him, where he would go to the house and like make them work out. And so they win, and he comes to the house and tries to make them work out, but they finally break his will. And then next thing you know, you see him sitting on the couch eating like bonbons with them. And then he dies on the couch because his body can't handle like the sugar.
Oh my God, dude. I've never actually sat down and watched Married with Children.
I used to religiously with my family. That's the one thing me and my family did together was watch Married with Children and X-Files.
Dude, I just recently started watching X-Files again for like the 8th time.
Nice. It's like on Hulu or Netflix or something.
Hulu.
Yeah.
I love it.
And recently, the only thing I've been doing is just kind of like trying to get all these ideas and scripts out and little mini-series out, because if I can't get on stage no more, I'm at least going to try to get us doing something on camera.
So when are you going to be able to get out and get back on stage again?
I can actually like go out. It's just kind of like painful. It's not that painful. It's just that I don't want to kind of be on stage and being like, oh, I got fucking 4 bullet holes in my stomach. So maybe about like 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling you the Suge Knight of the Gulf Coast. How about
exactly. Yeah. I can show you. I actually got these little things like it's like super glue. They're like you can't take a bath for like 48 hours. The glue's got to stick.
Oh wow. So you probably smell like shit.
No, I've actually been able to shower.
Okay, good.
It's just that whenever I first got them, they were like, yeah, these let these things like stick or whatever. And I was like, good Lord, they look like bullet holes.
Yeah, that's what you should tell everybody is. It's like, yeah,
I'm just gonna. I got shot up.
Don't tell anybody you had gallbladder problems. Tell them you got shot.
Yeah, I got shot up telling one too many conservative jokes.
That is, you
never happened. Never happened in LA, but it happened right here in my hometown of Ocean Springs. Don't be talking about people sucking other people's dicks, even if it is in church. They don't want to hear it. It is not cool.
Again, no idea what you're talking about, but I'm into it.
You let those two dudes suck each other's dicks and pray the gay away. Or I should say suck the gay away. And then boom, boom, boom. Shot to the gut. That's how it happened. Jacob's all fucking, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, we can't segue into something else though. Have you ever like been actually legitimately scared that you're gonna get shot on stage?
Not on stage, but in public. Like when I did stand up, I didn't really do stand up in Mexico, but I was supposed to do stand up in Mexico. It always just turned out to be a party at a strip club.
Okay.
And there was always people getting shot there. New Orleans, I was wanting to do an open mic. We just never did the open mic because I was the only comic to show up, and it was me and my buddies. And a dude got shot up coming out of one of the strip clubs.
Damn.
Yeah, and in California, there was always people getting shot up. But over here, no, I've never really was scared about anything except the one time in New Orleans when I made my Bill Cosby joke. And a dude I won't name got mad about it. He's pretty big now. He got his own special and everything.
Was it Bill Cosby?
No, it was another dude, a white person. He couldn't even get mad. He's white. You can't get mad at my joke. It's not even a racist joke.
You say white, but just how black is Bill Cosby?
Well, he had his own TV show, so he's not.
He's pretty white, dude.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby's.
Yeah,
Bill Cosby's not black anymore.
He had the whitest TV show.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
His card got revoked.
Yeah.
As soon as he got convicted, it was like, nah, you can't say the N-word anymore, Bill Cosby. You're white now.
I think we need to steer this ship back in the other direction before we go any further.
Listen, we're going to give you this Jell-O promotion.
Where did the name J-Man the Irish guy come from? Why is that your stage name?
Nice. Nobody ever asked me that. Everybody was like, explain this right off the bat. No, so how that happens is I didn't really have a stage name, and I didn't want to go by Jeremy Lambert just because I don't really, to me, that doesn't really have a ring to it. I had so many nicknames all my life because I had like 19 Jeremys in school. So I was
Yeah.
always Lambert. And I thought about just being Lambert on stage. And I used to have a nickname called J La for J Lo and J Lamb and Lambo and Queer and, things like that. So I just wanted to do something I was used to. And what happened is we go crash a party at UT in Texas after Hurricane Katrina hit. I move over to Texas. And none of the people I moved over there with, well, their friends and cousins or whatever they were over there, their brothers, none of them was in college. We just crashed the fucking UT party. And there's this big motherfucker that was getting everybody to do keg stands. And he was helping everybody. The dude had to be at least 6'3", 300 pounds, obviously a football player or a porn star. And he was just getting everybody to, do the fucking keg stand. So me being me, little 18-year-old who just graduated, small town Van Cleve, Mississippi. I'm in Austin, Texas, partying, and nobody even heard. My accent is so horrible that when I say Jeremy, everybody always hears something else. Jeffrey, Jimmy, Jamie, Ted Bundy, Stephanie. So they never hear Jeremy. And so it just basically when somebody would say, oh, his name is Jay, call him Jay. And then that guy started calling me Jay Main. And I think because I had something on my shirt, something about man or some shit. And then he picks me up and does this cake stand. And I'm trying to do the cake stand. They're counting. They're already counting to 60. And I'm literally not having any alcohol go in my mouth whatsoever. He just got the little thing on the little nozzle on my face. And it's just going beer all over me upside down. And he pulls me back up and he slaps me on the back and he's like, motherfucking Jay, man, the Irish guy right here. Woo! He didn't even know I was like half Irish. He just like saw me do a 60-second cake stand and just like, this guy must be Irish. I didn't do any beer. Like no beer went in my mouth whatsoever. He just sprayed it all over my body. And then from then on, my friend was like, you should do the improv thing in Texas and you should just go by J Man the Irish guy. You got, have a stagey crazy name, a crazy stage name like Larry the Cable Guy. I didn't know who the fuck that was at the time. And so that's how Jamie and the Irish Guy stuck because I was doing my little mini videos over there in improv, and that's my stage name.
So you did improv?
Yeah, I did
Austin?
improv in Texas and improv in Mississippi at the Lux Little Theater. Before I did stand up, I was an improv person. I only went to stand up because everybody fell in love with each other and started banging in the group. So I had nothing to do. And I was like, let me try fucking stand up. Because everybody was like, you're fucking funny. You should stand up. Because the improv stuff, during practice, I would always get in trouble because of like how ad lib I would like put shit or how like right field I would go, during improv. And they're like, gotta keep it PG or PG-13 or this is just too much. There's too much energy. You don't want the center of attention on you. So I was like, fuck it. Maybe stand-up will be good. Clearly it's not. Clearly it's not. Here I am. In a townhome in Mississippi.
What was the time frame of this? When did you start improv?
Improv was 2004. It's like 2003 to 2005. And it only stopped because of Katrina hit.
Okay.
So once Katrina hit, that's how it ended. And that's how, I went to Texas because the people I was working with are like, you should go to Texas with us. And I was like, yeah, fuck America, fuck Mississippi. I'm, whatever.
And so you started comedy around 07, right?
Mm-hmm. 07 was stand up.
Yeah.
And that was basically in Texas. And then I came back like late 08. And that's when I fell in with Derek Copswa and David Kavanaugh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I met them, and it was me, them three, Brian King, Brandon Philly.
Yep,
I can't remember his real name, but Brandon Philly was there from Hattiesburg. Curtis Nolan's been here that whole fucking time. Yep. A bunch of Hattiesburg people. I wish I could remember their fucking names, but they were they did it at Zeppelin's. That's where I first ran into them. And
that's where me and Jacob did our very first stand-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it. They did it Zeppelin's on Wednesdays and Juke Joint on Mondays. And I think that was the only two shows we had. And if they did any showcases, that was like sometimes on Fridays, and it wasn't very great. it was
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
lot of out of towners who didn't have none of their sets ready, and that's how still to this day I don't want to shit on anybody, but even to this day I get nervous with out of town people who I don't know or have never seen, or I can't find them on YouTube,
Yeah.
because it's like, dude, it's like your worst enemy, especially when I was in Cali and I'll have Vegas people. Vegas people are always dirty, no matter what. And the only time that's funny is if there's a girl saying dirty shit in California. So it's always like they come in, they say dirty shit, blah, 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 this, blah, six, 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 balls, 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 drugs, drugs, midgets, and then, they only get a laugh if it's a woman. So like, even then I'm like, God damn it. Who's these fucking unknown people coming in ruining shit? Anyway, so yeah, that's how we all started. And I was pretty rowdy back then. I was like one of those really Rodney Dangerfield kind of people back then. Didn't give a fuck what I was talking about. And,
You used to be Jewish?
Oh no, no, yeah. Before I had the hair, see, before I shaved, I just had a bald spot like that.
Ah, okay.
Actually, I do, but I don't
Yeah.
shave. Yeah.
A little tasteful yarmulke.
I was the, just to tell you how bad we were back then, I was the only person that would like get laughs if we went to the julep room.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'd go to the julep room or the Celtic, and I'd be like the only one to get laughs because, like, if you didn't cater to their fucking fucked up ways of life,
Yeah.
it
Well,
was fucked.
Let's face it, those rooms are more than likely impossible. Like,
Exactly.
I did the Celtic on 9/11. I had a show at the Celtic.
Holy shit, I
And-
would never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I wouldn't do that
unpaid.
anyway,
I don't know
dude. Yeah.
why you agreed to do that. That's insane.
Because he was putting together a festival, and I was like,
Okay.
okay, if I'm part of a festival, I can count that as a fucking credit, even though no
Mhm.
one knows what this festival it is. It doesn't matter. And it was unpaid, and I told him, yeah, I will drop by and do a 10-minute set, and
I
he
don't-
booked me for 25 minutes.
I don't want to do anything in Pascagoula. So if you've never been to
Yeah.
Pascagoula, Mississippi, it's a town full of unhappy, pissed off shipyard workers, and they don't like
Redheads.
anybody, and
Yeah,
they
there's a
don't
lot
want
of
to laugh.
shootings.
They just want to drink and fight and get somebody
Yeah.
pregnant. That's what they want to do.
Party at the Moon Tower, Falls from Grace, and one other band. I tried to get that place popping. It never did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, one of the members of Party at the Moon Tower is the manager there.
Really?
And yeah, my cousin's actually in Party at the Moon Tower, believe it or not. My
Cool. All right.
my
Never
cousin
knew that,
Marlo, yeah. So don't talk shit about. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But anyways, the moral victory on that 9/11 show was that I had the like this. This is how you know. This is how I knew that I've become a monster comedian.
Okay.
By the end of my set,
I need to
everyone in
listen
the
very
bar
carefully.
was paying attention to me.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
unprecedented at the Celtic
At the
Irish Pub
Celtic,
in
yeah.
Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Even
Everyone in the
Derek- yeah.
bar was silent and
Yeah.
facing me.
Yeah, even Derek was like, Jeremy's like, this is like the only good set Jeremy's
Yeah.
ever had because you're the only person he listened to.
That's the best you can do.
Yeah,
It's like
and I
that's
was
the best
like-
you can hope for.
It's
Is
like
to
because
get everyone
I
to shut
also
up.
sound like I fuck cousins. That's why they're listening to me.
Yeah, Ron John in the chat room. Ron John 420 says Ray Stevens' Mississippi Squirrel Revival was based there.
Oh
We're
yeah,
talking
based
about
on Pascagoula. Ray Stevens
Oh, yeah.
Ray Stevens also from Mississippi.
Is he? I didn't
Yeah,
know
I'm
that.
pretty sure.
Yeah, he is.
I mean,
I
can
think he's
fact
from
check it.
Pascagoula.
Yeah, I think he's from Pascagoula.
Really?
Because
I
that's
was-
why he wrote the song about the crazy
Yeah.
girl.
I actually wish-
Because
Damn,
Mississippi
if I-
Squirrel Revival sounds
Yeah.
like something out of
Yeah,
Pascagoula.
I wish I would have fucking remembered to get the audio. I could have played it for the show, but I've got a squirrel song myself, or like an homage to
Oh,
Ray
cool.
Stevens. In high school, Van Cleve, when I was in high school, they used to play it every Christmas. It was called Shotgun Shells, and it was basically just jingle bells, but about people going hunting. I wish I would have prepared that song, but I didn't.
You're
Oh,
secretly a
shit.
redneck, aren't you?
Yeah, I do like occasional outlaw country. My favorite song, my favorite topic of songs is "Oh God, where's the Plan B?" Because I pregnant my sister. That's always good. That's one of my
God.
favorites.
So, anyways, I was wondering what I was getting at when asking you about the time frame, because I know you started comedy a long time ago, much longer ago than I started.
I actually started in high school. My first show was in the cafeteria of Van Cleve.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I got a standing ovation.
Was that for a talent show?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like an homage to a few comedians because all the material that I used, they wouldn't let me do it. So I basically tried to do a few people who I thought I could do like a good impersonation of, and I did that. And
That's
then
awesome,
some of
man.
it was like a really clean Louis C.K. And then another one was like a really clean Dan Cook, where I kind of like did, you break the rules. You're not supposed to do any bits, but it was kind of like on the verge of doing the same bit. It's just like a, impersonation of them.
Yeah.
And then, because I really wanted to do like some George Bush shit, I wanted to get up there dressed like George Bush and just do a whole stand-up bit like that. And they're like, no.
How old were you when you were doing this?
17?
Oh, I thought you were in. I thought you said you were in middle school. I was like,
no, high school.
What middle schooler wants to hear political humor?
Before that, I would do shit in Bible school. That's where that hand job story comes from. I don't know if y'all heard about that one or not. Where I used to do talent shows in Sunday school, or what do you call it? Vacation Bible school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. I want to ask you this before you go on another tangent. How has comedy changed since you started to now? Because
oh my God,
I know that me personally, starting in 2017, there was stuff that I could say back then that I can't say now. You know what I mean?
Okay, well,
I can imagine it's pretty drastic from 07 to now.
Let me see if I can remember your age. If you're like in your early 20s, right?
Yeah, I'm 21.
So you're pretty fucking young. I'm 35, and Jason's like 33 or some shit. And the level of by the way, the level of me having to go to Jason is probably like level 10,000 if we're talking Dragon Ball Z stats.
Yeah.
It's just a few fucking rock band drum sessions, a can of Red Bull, some cocaine, and a hooker. There you go. Jason Robbins. Anyway, so what has changed? So basically with me going to California, the only thing that sucked is you get stereotyped right away. And I get that. That'd be awesome if I actually did get stereotyped and got actual fucking bits or roles like, in movies or a TV show. And I would always play an extra where I didn't talk. But I'd always go and read because of my accent. And they're like, oh, well, you're in LA and everything's being shot in South Carolina, Virginia, or Georgia and some shit. We don't just have the money to fly out an extra over there. So if you want any like talking roles over there, you're going to kind of have to drive over there. And I was like, well, goddamn, I already made the move to California. But what kind of sucked about comedy in 2015 for me was before 2015, I don't want to like throw the stuff out, but we all know what we're not supposed to talk about on stage anymore. It's kind of very offensive. It was just all okay when I was a teenager. And I didn't really try to do all that kind of stuff. There was rarely a time where I would get really like red on stage. And it wasn't that offensive. It was kind of like the whole, incest stuff. That's about the only thing I would do. And now it's like, definitely don't be, no baby jokes, no baby mama jokes, no, family stuff like that anymore. But back then, when I went to Cali, it was all about like what you look like and what they wanted you to do. And that kind of sucked because when I first got to Cali, they would give me time if I would like be get up there and like be pro Trump or be pro like redneck and say like fucked up shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Ginger Belly off of TikTok, but like real fucked up. They're talking like.
So Shane Gillis.
Yeah, we're talking like everything I just joked about this whole segment, the whole cousin fucking stuff. That's what they wanted me to talk about. And I was
so
like,
basically want you to sell yourself out to play play a stereotype.
And I was like, no. And so what I would do is mention about like how most of my friends are predominantly black in Mississippi. I don't have like too many white friends. I will talk a lot about that. Like, yeah, I do sound like a redneck, but I got a lot of this in my life. I've been listening to NWA and shit since I was like 5 years old, Guns N' Roses and shit. I didn't hear what Garth Brooks was until I was like 15. But the thing that changed the most is just like the fact that I don't want to be all like political and fucking lefty right now, but it was kind of dangerous to hang out in Cali if you were a fucking female, a female comic, because literally everybody only wanted to fuck you. You know, sure, they would put
That's
your
how
ass
it is
on.
everywhere.
Yeah. So I mean, I noticed that. You know, thankfully that's kind of different now. But
Not so much.
yeah, not so much. But you know, I didn't really see it as much like from 2017 to 2020.
Yeah.
And I even kind of got nervous being a host. I never wanted to be a host over there because I didn't want to like people thinking that's just why I was talking to them.
Yeah.
And you know, I was so nervous about that. But what has changed is like the amount of people that want to do this shit. It seems like everybody is now just as sad as we are.
Yeah, I guess.
And, or maybe they feel like in a certain way, like, you know, they've always been quiet and they're like, they see us do our thing and we have no shame, you know, going up there and saying whatever. And they're like, I can do this.
So do
Or
you
I want to do this.
do you feel like I feel like the last couple of years have been so tense and everybody's just like
especially with Louis. Especially
like,
with Louis. A lot of people, that's a no talk on a lot of podcasts or in public or with comics. But hey, whatever, I'll talk about it.
Well, I
And
feel
I'm not
like
gonna sit there.
as far as the last few years, you know, whether you're right or left, there's been so, like on the left side, there's been just cancellation. You know, like, you know, everybody's getting canceled. Over on the right, you know, like on the political sphere, you've had it's just been dark times the last few years. And then you got the pandemic. Do you think we're about to have another comedy boom after this?
No.
Because people are going to want to laugh after this shit, you know?
I don't know why I said no. I would hope that happens. We definitely need a humongous comedy boom. Yeah. And if people don't see that, that's kind of like fucked up on their part for, you know, just being snobs on their venues and shit. Because how many more metal shows did Mississippi need? Yeah. God damn it, this is Mississippi. We need blues and jazz and alternative. We need something.
Yeah.
You know, we don't even have that many country, you know, shit going on right now. All we just death metal, like stupid ass rock. Talking about stupid ass shit.
Yeah, Jason.
Hey, we don't. Hey, well, like I said, there's nowhere to play. Even if you wanted to go listen to like, you know, jazz music or like 10, 15 years ago, you had your choice of whatever kind of music you wanted to listen to. There was a club for it or a bar where you could go listen to what you wanted to listen to. You know, hang out with the people you wanted to listen to. And now it's every single bar is.
Yeah.
It's the same shit everywhere.
Yeah. That's the only thing I miss about Cali is there was just so much more, you know, to do there. I'm not saying go. I'm not saying it's better than us. We definitely.
I'd say go there.
I don't understand why the casinos aren't more supportive.
Yeah.
Even
because they already make their money. They don't depend on any
they
local
don't depend
clientele.
on anything.
That's another thing. Like 10, 15 years ago, there was always something going on at the casinos. There were magic shows and comedy shows. You know, like always bringing in musical acts that you wanted. Like I went to see Primus and Cinderella and like all kind of cool people at the Hard Rock. Now there's nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, Jeff Foxworthy coming in October 1st.
Great. Awesome.
Hey, I just want to put out there,
redneck.
Yeah.
Go fuck off, Jeff Foxworthy.
Hey man, I've tried to get Jeff Foxworthy on the podcast, so let's not say Jeff Foxworthy. That's definitely not going to happen.
I thought he was funny like 25 years ago when that shit was fresh.
Yeah, he's one of the reasons why I wanted to do stand up. Definitely. But
that's cool. What other influences did you have?
Oh, definitely fucking Sam Kinison.
Okay.
I'm gonna go like really old now. Sam Kinison, Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
Like I said, the whole impersonation thing. I was so in tune with a group of people being around you and feeding off somebody's energy. The only way I knew how to do shit myself was like do somebody else. Like I wouldn't try to like what Eddie Murphy did with like Richard Pryor and Dangerfield and shit, where he would actually do the voices. I'm not that great at it, but it was definitely like people that had handsy stuff, because you can see me right now. I'm very handsy. I got to move around. I don't know why I'm a karate dude all the time when I talk.
Yeah.
And I swing back and forth. It's just because it's hard for me to talk and not walk around and reenact what the fuck's going on. So it's very Sam Kinison, Bill Hicks, fucking George Carlin. I was even right before the pandemic, I was supposed to be one of the hosts for a film festival and I was gonna actually get a gig for the award ceremony, or I was gonna be like the guy presenting all the awards and shit. And what I really wanted to do was do like some kind of like George Carlin esque, kind of shit, but just redneck. And then just kind of like bring it out there and tell people like, it's time to get out there and say your fucking piece, which everybody's been doing, since then.
Mm.
Uh, Other than that, it would be like Rodney Dangerfield. I mean, not Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Carrington. Rodney Carrington.
Okay.
George Lopez. George Lopez is just because of the family stuff. He talked a lot about family. And I never talked about family. I was always scared to talk about family because, one, I had to go home because I lived with my parents till I was like in my fucking 20s. And then when I moved back,
Same here, brother.
when I moved back from Texas, I lived with them for like 3 fucking years. I think I lived with them because all my friends would get me evicted everywhere I went. All my responsible friends. So like I was with my parents, so I never wanted to say some family shit on stage because actually like I don't have a lot of people that support what I say on stage. Like, a lot of people are very offensive. They don't take jokes. So I liked that because it's just like I got a lot of crazy ass stories for family. And it's just like he was one of the top that like would talk other than like Louis and I can't think of his name. I'm going blank right now. But just a steady talk about family and still get you laughing.
Right.
Yeah. And then me, I was always, I don't know why I wanted to be dirty. I guess just because of Eddie Murphy. When I first heard this, the CD of Raw, I think it was Raw or Delirious, and Eddie Murphy gets out. This is before I even saw it on like DVD or tape back then. Is where he gets on there and he's like, "This ain't no Saturday Night Live shit, motherfuckers. Y'all better bring y'all kids and put them motherfuckers to bed. This ain't no Saturday Night Live shit. This is Eddie Murphy." And then he just like goes off and it's like cuss word, cuss word, cuss word. Even Rodney Dangerfield was a clean guy. And I keep bringing these guys up because these are the motherfuckers that stayed at the Comedy Store or at Red Fox's place. I can't remember where he went. It was an actual jazz place, and they just said whatever the fuck they wanted. And they were like, "This is it. This is what you got to do."
Yeah, even down here too. I mean, whenever I'm giving people advice of how to do comedy well on the coast, it's like people around here, they love blue humor and they love black humor, like dark shit and dirty shit. If you're not doing that, you're probably not going to get laughs just because that's what people like.
And it's hard. It's hard to talk to the young crew about that because the last time I said black humor to fucking Kyla and Duncan, they were all like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh, I mean like blue." Nobody knows the terms.
Yeah.
If I looked like you, I wouldn't say black humor either. I would just stay away from that.
Yeah.
I like to go a little bit dark sometimes, but I don't like to get too close to that edge. Jacob just like jumps in head first.
Oh yeah, that's what I love about Jacob. Yeah, I like how you're like within 2 minutes you've got something going, and then Jason's kind of like slowly going, and he lets you go down the roller coaster, and he brings you back up for like 2 minutes.
Oh, I just go straight down.
I like this. All right,
I like
hold
the
on,
skirt.
Motherfuckers.
I like to skirt that edge where you think I'm gonna go one place and then I pull it back. Jacob's just like he's pedal to the metal, like I'm going to the dark side, baby.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm a Pink Floyd fan.
Yeah, it worked for us whenever Jacob had to do 30 minutes at our last show because it was him and Craig that was going to be our headliners. And literally none of the other comics showed up. I think you showed up. Yeah, you showed up.
Jason was there.
Thankfully, you and the 3 of y'all were there because, dude, that was 30 minutes that Jacob didn't have to do, and it worked.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just appreciate the time because
I wouldn't have done it no other way. If I was you with that material, like I would just fucking let that shit rip. I wouldn't have worried about it.
Yeah, because I mean that's the thing. It's you're never gonna get anywhere in life by pretending to be someone else. It's like you got to just be yourself, and whoever likes it will gravitate towards it, and whoever doesn't will not.
That's basically why I've been so kind of like shy at the shows. Not really shy at the shows, just not like going to them every fucking week.
Yeah,
is because when I came back, there were some people in the community of our, of our comedy scene that's kind of like, oh my God, this guy's like old as shit. He's old as shit. And he claims he's like a local and he's saying all this crazy shit. I'm like, well, this is it. This is what comedy is, so I'm kind of like in the lab right now working on shit. trying to see what works and what doesn't. And you shouldn't have to do that for yourself as in comedy. You should be able to get up there and say whatever. That's not, offensive.
Right.
Yeah,
But if you're going to come to a comedy show, what the fuck are you coming to a comedy show for?
dude, last night was a great night at at the
I
Juke.
wish I was there.
Dude, I wish you were
too.
too. I wandered into a gold mine territory because I was doing this bit I've been doing every Halloween for 2 years now about Halloween costumes and Bob Ross, and my brain clicked, and I'm like, what would it be like to have sex with Bob Ross? And I just wandered into it.
That's
dude,
amazing. I actually watched the
The
documentary.
rest of the
for Bob
night,
Ross.
everybody was telling me, we're just like, dude, that Bob Ross bit was great. I'm like,
Amazing bit.
yes.
That's
yes.
if I could have, if I wouldn't have been such a chicken shit, I could have showed up, last night and just tried it. I mean, I get people probably would have understood that, I just had surgery. That would have been a great segment. My gallbladder just exploded. But
if you drink a beer, is it gonna spray out like a?
Yeah, it's basically just gonna run right through you. It's either gonna come up or down. And with my luck, it'll be down.
Yeah.
Like, ain't that guy that shit fucking balls all over the juke joint? That's him, that son of a bitch.
Oh
Man,
shit! We got to start wrapping this thing up here,
Okay.
Jacob. We're coming up on an hour.
I just want to say that the name of my first comedy special is going to be Shit Fucking Balls.
That's amazing.
My first comedy special is going to be called Happy Little Bush.
Yeah.
I think mine's going to be called Strong Open with a Weak and Disappointing Finish. That's like my sex life.
Well, you can't just describe your special in the name, dude.
Oh, well, I mean, it's there, There's no open, there's no cold line. It's just bits, and you just walk off. There's no encore.
But we're gonna get out of here soon,
Okay,
man.
man.
So, what you got going on, man? What you got anything coming up?
Other than that, we got the juke joint. That's all I'm doing. I'm doing juke joint stuff. I'm gonna try to do some. I got this new thing called Comedy Bites. It's gonna be a mini series where I cook and try to find a girlfriend off of my skill of cooking. And I'm gonna invite a special guest like you and Jason and everybody else. And of course, the whole comedy scene. Everybody will have a guest spot on one of the episodes, and it's where I cook home meals instead of whining and dining to at least try to find a girl that way. And and try to I got a lot of people that come over here and play D&D or just girlfriends in general, and all they do is come over and hang out with us here at my house, and they just eat junk food all day. And I was like, damn, I wish I could dick down a girl good enough to where she would just want to eat fucking fast food. So what I'm going to try to do is like, hey, if I cook you food, so that's what the show's going to be. It's going to be called Comedy Bites. And every episode's going to have like, a home meal cooked.
Awesome.
From my heart to theirs in order to try to get into their vagina.
All right, man. I'll come on and try to help you get laid.
Nice. All right. Nice.
Where can people find you on the interwebs?
YouTube right now. You can look up Playing Pretend Entertainment on YouTube. You can also try like J-Man the Irish Guy, Redneck Batman, the miniseries that was never finished because of COVID. It's still on episode 3. I should have talked about Redneck Batman tonight. I forgot. Yeah, look that up. Redneck Batman on YouTube.
We'll go over that next time.
Yeah. All right.
We got to save it. We got to save it for the next one. That'll give us good ammunition for the next one.
Yes, it will.
Can I talk about what I'm doing in my life, Jason?
Yes, please.
All right. I host the open mic at the Juke Joint every Tuesday night in Ocean Springs at 8 p.m. if you want to come out to that. And I'm very excited to announce that at the Juke Joint at the same venue, November 19th, I will be opening for Mo Alexander.
Fantastic.
Great credit. Yes. Very excited for that show.
Yeah.
As far as me, just check me out Tuesday nights at the Juke Joint and wherever else I feel like popping up at. And if you haven't listened to it, I did release it on this podcast feed last week. We did a 5-year anniversary celebration commentary track and podcast with Brian O'Halloran.
I did.
Who, if you don't know who that is, he played Dante in Clerks. Well, he played Dracula in my little movie called Monsters Anonymous. We did a commentary track with him. I put it on this feed. And if you want to watch it, you can actually go to the Monsters Anonymous YouTube channel. You can watch the movie and you can watch the commentary track. And so go do that because it's really good, and I like talking to Brian. He's an awesome dude. Jeremy, thank you for coming on the show, man. It's nice, always nice talking to you. And
Yeah,
I wish we
thanks
still
for
had those
letting me-
shows at Belux. Those were always fun, even though
Oh
it was
yeah, I
pulling teeth to get
fortunately
people
not
there.
talking to myself about that. Yeah, it's it was a great venue, but it's just
Yeah.
that when you don't have the parking space, I guess.
Yeah, you got a building that will fit like 500 people,
500 people, the
but you
parking
got
space it fits 10.
eight parking spaces, literally eight
Yeah.
parking spaces.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what it's famous for. I mean, it's not because we wasn't trying to promote it. I was always on YouTube or Facebook Live promoting that shit. It's just that everybody would comment, "There's no places to park."
Yeah,
You know,
literally
unfortunately,
nowhere to
we're
park.
not as. Unfortunately, Uber's not as big as it is over in Cali. If that was a
And-
little better here, then we would probably definitely maybe have more people.
Yeah.
But
And in
gotta,
that part of Biloxi, nobody wants to park like a quarter mile away and walk
Oh.
because you're gonna get
yeah,
mugged.
ex-
You're
It's right
gonna
by the
get
porn
mugged.
theater.
Yeah, yeah, right.
It's right by the
Which
porn
is
That
theater.
another thing is like, dude, when I first found out it was right next to the porn theater, I was like, oh my god. And how
Everyone's
many,
gonna
you know how many
recognize
times,
me.
you know how many times somebody asked me, they're like, are you having this at that fucking porn theater? Because you used to do open mic, or used to do stand up at that strip club down the street. I
Yeah.
was like, well, no, that's back in the day.
Why did we not talk about this?
Oh, remember the? I don't know. It didn't come up, but the horseshoe. I just
Yeah.
got drunk one night and I was like, hey, when the girls aren't on stage and you got your stupid DJ up here flipping stupid beats, can I just get up and tell some jokes? And he's like, yeah, fucking go for it. So yeah, like every Friday I was there telling jokes at Horseshoe.
Awesome. We got to talk about that next time too.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to leave. The poop is coming out of my butt,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Yes.
I'm crowning, guys.
That's how good my comedy is. It makes
All
you
right.
shit.
Well, let's go ahead and get out of here. What do you say? If you'd
Yeah.
like to email us, you could email us at openmikerspodcast@gmail.com, at openmikers on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook, Open Mikers Podcast. And that's going to do it for this week. So let's go ahead and get out of here. And good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night. Thanks for listening. Love you guys.
All right.
There's a red button.
Oh, okay.
It says leave on it.
Yeah, let's see it.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back in
Yeah.
about 30 minutes.